have taken today different kinds of examples. How many sets of equivalent protons are present in the following compounds? First example we have taken here is of ether, CH3OCH3. Here electronic environment of these three protons and these three protons of methyl group are the same. So this is one set of equivalent proton and it's again a same set of equivalent protons, as the environment of these six protons are the same. That means here one set of equivalent protons are present. Protons are present in the given compound. Okay. Question maybe arises in another way also. How many sets of equivalent protons or how many number of signal we have obtained in the following compound? Both questions are actually the same. That much number of set of equivalent protons are present in the given compound, that much signals we are obtained in the given compound. So we can say that here only one signal is given by this compound. Next one, C2H5OH, ethanol. Okay, so I have write here in this form CH3CH2OH. Okay, from this both are same, but we elaborate this structure since we can see the environment of the protons. Here this OH having the proton which is attached to oxygen. Here methylene group is there and there is two protons of methylene which is attached to that carbon atom which attached to methyl, and here hydroxy group or oxygen, and here methyl group is present. Its environment, electronic environment, is again a different one. That means there is three sets of equivalent protons or three signals may be possible here. Okay, next one, CH3 taken twice, CO. That means carbonyl group is attached to 2-methyl group. Here when we draw symmetry, we see the environment of these 2-methyl group is same. That means these three protons is attached to that carbon atom which is attached to carbonyl. Here again 3 protons is attached to this carbon atom which is attached to carbonyl group. That means when we draw symmetry, we get a same electronic environment of these protons. So again there is A and A, that means only one set of equivalent protons are present, or we can say that one signal. Okay, I have written here another way, a number of signal we can calculate here, number of signal. Okay, like this. That means we can calculate here signal also or set of equivalent protons also. In next one, ethyl bromide, that means we written like this, CH3 CH2 Br. Okay, here methyl group is there and methylene group is there. Obviously it looks a different environment of these two protons and these three protons, since this methylene group is attached to bromide. Here in another side there is methyl group, and his methyl group having 3 protons which is attached to carbon atom, and again another CH2 group. So environment is different, so we can say that there is 2 sets of protons, here A and B, that equivalent protons, that means there is 2 signals we can obtain here. In next, CH3 CH Br C2H5. Again, I always tell you, elaborate the structure in simple form, so we can calculate easily the number of equivalent protons. CH Br C2H5 means CH2 CH3. Okay, now here there is one methyl group, here also methyl group, that means 2 methyl group, one methylene group and one methyl group. Okay, environment of this methyl group and this methyl group is different. Since these 3 protons is attached to that carbon atom which is attached to CH. Okay, and these 3 protons is attached to that carbon atom which is attached to CH2 group. That means environment or electric environment of these 3 protons are different. That's why set of equivalent protons also are different. Okay, here again this one proton is attached to carbon atom, here this carbon is attached to bromine, here CH2 group, here CH2 group. That means its environment is again different. Here CH2 group, one methylene group is there, obviously its environment is different. See, and we say that methyl group is different from this methyl group. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 set of equivalent protons are present in this example, or we can say that 4 signals we have obtained here. Here we draw like this: Br CH2 CH. This bromide group is attached to this CH and CH3. Okay. How many sets of protons? Here one methylene group, one methyl group and one methyl group. That means we can say that there is 3 set of equivalent protons. And again we can, in another way we can see here, these 2 protons is attached to that carbon atom which is attached to here bromide, and in this side there is carbon. And here one proton is there and this proton is attached to carbon, that carbon atom which is attached to carbon, bromide and again a carbon. That means simply we can say that both are different one. One methylene group, one methyl group and one methyl group. That means there is 3 A, B, C. 3 sets of equivalent protons are present, or we can say that 3 signals we have obtained here. When we say here benzene, draw the structure of benzene. Structure of benzene is planar one, and all the 6 protons having a similar electronic environment. That means this proton is attached to alkene carbon and here a single carbon, or a double bond carbon and single carbon. Here again the same situation. So we can say that environment of 6 protons are same here. So we can say that A for all the protons. That means 6 protons having a similar environment, electronic environment. So one set of equivalent protons are present in the benzene. That means only one signal given by the benzene. Next one, CH3, CH, OH, C2H5 again. That means CH2, CH3. Okay. Now here, how many protons is there? There again 2 methyl group is there. 2 methyl group, but this methyl group is attached to CH and this methyl group is attached to CH2. That means environment of both methyl group, or we can say that protons are different. Here again one proton which is hydroxy proton. It's again a different one. So calculating A, B, C, D and E. How many different sets of equivalent protons is present here? 5. So 5 sets of equivalent protons are present in this example, or we can say that 5 signals we have obtained here. Here CH3 taken for C, that means carbon is attached to 4 methyl group. And we here see the environment of all the protons. This methyl group is attached to same carbon, this methyl group attached to same carbon, this methyl group again same carbon, this methyl group is same carbon attached to same carbon. That means we can say that environment of these protons are again same, or we say that here when we draw the symmetry, axial symmetry, planar symmetry, we get the same environment. So we say that the environment is same. So set of equivalent protons are only one here. So only one signal we have obtained in this case. Next type of examples is give the number of PMR signals obtained for following compounds at low resolution and predict their splitting pattern under the high resolution. When we say that at low resolution, at that time we must write down the number of signal, how many signals we have obtained. And when we say that the high resolution, that means spin splitting or spin coupling pattern we have to indicate here. So at low resolution, firstly we draw the structure in simple form, CH3Br here. Okay, both structure are same. Okay, here how many signals is obtained for this structure? Here one methyl group, again another methyl group is there. Environment of these two methyl group are same, since this two methyl group is attached to methyne and which is attached to bromide. That means when we draw here a symmetry, we get the same side here, methyl group and bromine is attached to in between. That means environment of these three protons and these three protons are same, or we can say that methyl group are same. So I write here AA type set of equivalent protons, and this is methyne proton, that means it's different from this methyl proton. So two sets of equivalent protons, that means two signals at low resolution we have obtained two signal PMR signals, we can say that two PMR signals at low resolution, and at high resolution, that means we say here a spin coupling pattern. So for this AA signal we get the doublet. That means these 6 protons gives the doublet according to n+1 rule here. Since it's adjacent here, methyne proton is present, and n+1 rule says that addition of n, that means one proton adjacent to this group, 1 + 1 2, that means doublet is given. So methyl proton at high resolution, I have right here, methyl protons give doublet. Okay, and another signal is of methyne. So methyne proton give, its neighboring protons are these 3 and these 3, that means total 6 1, and according to n+1 there is 7, that means septet. Methyne proton gives septet, or we can say that multiplet also. Okay, next one, this C2H5NH2. So I have write here like this, CH3 CH2 NH2. Here one methyl proton is there, one methyne proton is there and one amine proton is there. That means every and each protons are different and having electronic environment is different. A, B, C. That means three signals here we obtain at low resolution. Okay, and at high resolution, methyl group gives the triplet. Since adjacent methylene group is present here, that means 2 protons is present. So methyl group gives the triplet. Methyl protons gives triplet. Methylene protons gives here. Methylene group is attached to methyl as well as amine group. So these 3 protons and these 2 protons, that means 5 protons plus 1. How many? 6. That means this methylene group gives the sextet. 5 plus 1 according to n plus 1 rule gives the sextet. We write down here spin-spin coupling pattern at high resolution. Next one, amine protons. These 2 amine protons is attached to methylene group. That means 2 protons only. So 2 plus 1, 3. That means amine protons gives triplet. These 3 spin-spin multiplicity pattern we have obtained at high resolution. Okay. Next one. CH3, CH, Br, Br. One methyl group and one methane group. That means A and B. Only 2 signals we have obtained here at low resolution. 2 signals at low resolution. Okay. And when we study the spin-spin splitting at the high resolution, so methyl group gives, or methyl protons split into, we can say that again, split into doublet. Since adjacent to methyl group is only 1 proton is there, is of methine, so it gives doublet according to n plus 1 rule. Okay, and here methine protons split into quartet. Since adjacent 3 protons is present here, so quartet. It's spin splitting. It will be seen in the case of high resolution. That means in exam question maybe arises in different way. So you know the answer, how to what is asked in the questions and how to write the answer of it. Okay, thank you. This is another example. Propose a structure of C5H10O4 consistent with the spectral data given below. Iron values given here 1775 and 1240 per centimeter. PM1 data in this delta scale. 6 protons gives the singlet at 3.4, 3 protons gives the singlet at 3.8 and 1 proton gives the singlet at 4.8. Here 3 signals we have obtained since 3 PM1 values here given in delta scale, So right, we solve here a problem. Firstly, we must calculate the number of unsaturation for this molecule. Number of unsaturation. So its formula is 6 plus 1 minus H by 2. Okay. This molecular formula is given here. So how many carbon atom is there? 5. So 5 plus 1 minus oxygen. When there is oxygen, there we don't take the oxygen in this formula. So hydrogen is 10 divided by 2. So 6 minus 5 equals to 1. How many unsaturation in the given molecule is present? Only 1. And here IR frequency is given 1775. That means it's double bond region and it's carbonyl group. Okay, which carbonyl group is present? Its value IR frequency is of ester. As the frequency increases, that means 1700 is of carbonyl and frequency is increases. That means there is ester group is there, and here 4 oxygen is present in this molecule. So we write down here the 1775 is IR frequency of 1775. Frequency of 1775 is ester group. Okay, this type of. Next one, 1240. Its IR frequency of 1240 is CO bond. Which bond? CO bond. It's fingerprint region. Now we go to the PMR data. Here 6 protons gives the singlet at 3.4. That means methyl group is there, 2 methyl group is there. Since there is 6 protons, maybe 3 methyl group or 3 CH2 group. Okay, but we consider here 2 methyl group is there, and which is attached to 1 carbon atom, since we get the singlet. Okay, so here we can write like this structure, maybe like this. Okay, CH3, but here value is 3.4, and when CH3 group is attached to carbon atom, it may be it approximately 1 to 2, but value is increases, delta value is increases. That means electronegativity negative group is there, since value is increases, and we know that here 4 oxygen is present, so its 3 proton is attached to hetero group. We can say that which hetero group? Oxygen. OCH3, OCH3. It's a possibility. Here again, this satisfied this data. 6 protons gives the singlet at 3.4. Okay, since it is attached to electronegative group. Next one, 3 proton gives the singlet. That means again there is CH3 group which is attached to singlet carbon, but which carbon or oxygen? Maybe carbon or electronegative group, we can say that. Or here we can say that X. Okay, X. Here 1 proton is attached, 1 proton gives the singlet. That means there again 1 CH group, and which is attached to X. Here we say that, since 4.8 gives the singlet. We arrange the structure here. How many carbon is there? 5. Okay, 5 carbon is there, 1 unsaturation is there, and ester group is there. So C double bond O, I have right here firstly this is structure, and there is one, we consider here one carbon. Okay, again one H is there, and here value is increases, that means electron withdrawing group is there, and ester is electron withdrawing group. So I have write here like this also CH and ester group. Again there is carbon atom, here we can say that CH and OCH3 group is there, one carbon, two carbon. Here again there must be a carbon, since here one X is there, that means possibility, we can say that 1 2 3 4 5 2 carbons is remain, that means this one. So we can say that OCH3 maybe, here I write OCH3. Okay, so CH is there, CH3 is there, OCH3 is there, ester group is there, and CO stretching is there. So we can calculate the carbon atoms: 1 2 3 4 5, hydrogen 10, 3 3 6 7 8 9 10, oxygen 4 1 2 3 4. So its structure is this one. This is the confirmed structure for the given data. I hope you understand the problem. What we have done here, firstly we have take IR values from this functional group we have calculate, or here confirmed, and from this again we take the PMR data here and we draw the structure. Thank you.